Hello, welcome back to TECHNOBABBLE. If you were with me for the last video, you might recognize this as the notorious PlayStation 2 controller that decided not to work after I spent like 5 hours playing around with the potentiometers on the PlayStation 2 trying to get it to read discs. This thing looks like it's had a pretty rough life. It's got a crack on the back of it there and it's absolutely filthy. If you've not seen the other video, this was given to me by a friend, and I don't have any idea what's wrong with the controller. I don't know where to start. My first assumption was that this, where it's got a missing pin, was a problem, but I have since looked at the controller plug for a PlayStation 1 for the working PlayStation 1 controller I have, and it looks the same. The controllers are basically identical in every way as far as I can tell, so I don't really know. I decided to take it apart just to see if anything might be actually wrong on the inside of it or not, and clean it up in the process, so you can watch and join me for that. Everything that I could tell about the inside of the controller seems fine. I mean, I don't notice any wires missing or it looking like anything is broken. It's all fairly simplistic and looks pretty straightforward. I think this controller maybe could be salvaged if if you were to resolder in the actual wire, like a whole new wire with the plugs on it. But coming back to the plug with the pins, I don't know how to get that open without completely destroying it, and that was not a chance that I was willing to take. So this video is basically just a big massive failure, but I did clean the controller, which is always kind of cathartic and fun to, check out new electronics and take them apart and stuff. I've always had fun with that. Just diving in without really knowing what to do and seeing if I can do anything. And this is one of the circumstances where I don't know. I don't have a clue because everything looks fine from what I can tell. If anyone does know what might be wrong with the controller, I mean, if it's the pins you think or something, because everything looks fine on the inside here. So if anyone does know what could be wrong with the controller, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I can revisit this and see if I can fix it. I did spend a fair bit of time kind of glancing over everything and seeing if I thought it looked like anything was wrong. And really, if anything was wrong, I would have to guess that it would be on that sort of ribbon cable where the buttons and stuff go, and I just don't see anything. And I really did think that it was in these pins. as you can see on the PlayStation 1 controller, it's just not. It's the same, so I assume it's the same. I'm not familiar enough with the PlayStation 2 to know, like, this is the only controller I've ever had for a PlayStation 2. So, just going off of guesswork here, and I was really hoping that since the pin was missing in that same area on the PlayStation 1 controller, that maybe it just needed cleaning. So I did clean the motherboard and scrub it up and everything, and it was still nothing, still a failure. So not really sure where to go with this one other than ordering a replacement controller, which I show at the end of the video, and well, that'll be a separate video of kind of like a little controller overview, quick review to see how it is, test it out and everything. So if you're interested in if the controller I got at the end of the video, I do show what it is and everything. If you're interested in whether or not that might be a good replacement for a controller, maybe check that out when it comes out. It should be next week. This is kind of the most finicky part of the disassembly of this controller, and it's really not that bad. Taking out the L2 and R2 buttons. And I took all the plastic and rubber components and washed them in the sink as best I could. If you think my lighting is bad here, this is the brightest area in the house. So it's just that way for us. We're like cave people. It's dark. When I wash the plastic parts and stuff for the controllers, I will dry them with a towel and use canned air to get into the places that the towel can't. And if you feel comfortable doing it, you can also kind of shake the part and it will kind of throw the water out of it. You know, maybe stand outside on a porch or something, shake the parts out. If you have neighbors, maybe not suggested. You know, depends on how comfortable you are with looking like a crazy person. At the very least, I hope I was able to get a decent takedown, like disassembly and reassembly video out of this. On time lapse as much of it as I could, and felt like was comfortable with, you know, still being able to show, hopefully show what's going on, because my computer doesn't like to render and play at the same time. Anyway, get back with testing out the controller after cleaning it and everything. Get the PS2 hooked up. Don't mind the mess there. It's a new shelf, and I'm not sure exactly how to organize everything on it yet. And as you can see, the controller is still unresponsive. I'm absolutely not sure what is wrong with this thing. And again, if you have any tips or tricks, you know, hit me up in the comments below. It's really all I know to say about it. I did try, after all the cleaning and everything, to make sure that the pins were seated and straight, and I also cleaned the pins out with some isopropyl alcohol and a brush and everything, and I still didn't get anything. I did look up some guides online to see if I could find anything that might be of help, and there's some bogus thing about how to reset the controller by spinning the analog sticks or something, and none of that seemed to make any difference, and I didn't find any definitive help in what I did look at online. So the title of this video is going to be fail. I don't want to clickbait anyone or anything, so controller is still completely unresponsive, and I don't know what to do other than to buy a replacement. Unfortunately, an off-brand, and we'll see how this goes here. Here's the look at it. It's fairly cheap, $7.99 or whatever it was. So we'll have more information on that in the upcoming video. But that's it. This has been TECHNOBABBLE. I should more or less have called it rambles. But check out the video if you're interested, where I did repair did get the PlayStation 2 to actually read discs. And stay tuned for the video where hopefully the replacement controller is good. Again, this has been TECHNOBABBLE. This has been Valhalla's Demise. Remember to be safe, be good. Hope to catch you in the next one.